Coming up on the mashup, Arlington saves its best for last at John Jay, while Marlboro was filling up the scoreboard at Spack and Kill. Marist has Georgetown seeing red, while Ketchum was golden. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Well, hold on to your hats, because the mashup is next. The mashup is brought to you by William A. Smith & Son Insurance. You enjoy the game, we'll worry about the other stuff. Hi everyone, welcome to the mashup. We got everything from college to high school sports. Let's start at the college level. Coming fresh off a home win against Stetson, the Marist Red Foxes took their show on the road to Georgetown, and what a show they put on, taking the happy bus ride home. Marist jumped out early. In the first, Mike White rolls right, and there's freshman David Shannon with the catch. It's 7-0. In the second quarter, following a Drew Daniel interception, Marcellus Calhoun scores from the 6. It's 14-0 Red Foxes. Georgetown scored in the third to make it 14-6, and then Tim Barnes hits Mike Darius with a 44-yarder, but that was it, as Marist wins on the road 14-12. All right, let's move to high school football. It is rare that an Arlington versus John Jay football game ever disappoints. Remember the 6 seconds to glory when Arlington beat Jay in the final seconds 7 years ago? This was one of the most thrilling games ever. And here's an interesting note. After that win back in 2009, Arlington couldn't beat John Jay in the next 7 straight seasons, including the 2014 Class AA championship, where both teams were 8-1. But Arlington beat Jay last season, and then they did it again Friday night when the Admirals outfoxed the Patriots.
John Jay in the home blues, and Richie Aledo airs one out to James Luciano, who nabs this one for a 35-yarder. And then Burnett goes off tackle for the score. Jay comes out with a 7-0 lead in the second. So, what to do? Well, why not try to outfox the Patriots? Fox has to come back to grab it before Zach Timmons gets his hands on it. John outfoxes Timmons, and suddenly we have a tie game at 7-7. But wait, it gets better if you're an Arlington fan. Off the bad exchange of a snap, Powell makes something out of it. He rolls right, and guess who? John Fox goes in for another score, a 56-yarder, and Arlington takes a 13-7 lead with just 1:07 remaining. Jay still has a shot. The long heave by Aledo. The catch is made at the 5-yard line, but time runs out, and Arlington steals this one from John Jay in a thriller. Your final on the William A. Smith & Son Insurance scoreboard, 13-7, Arlington comes back to win it.
Big games for both Arlington and Jay this week, as the Admirals will host a very hot Carmel Rams team, and John Jay takes on Mayapack and former Arlington head coach Dom DiMatteo. Meanwhile, the Arlington boys soccer team was taking on another team in the Wappinger Central School District, Ketchum. Arlington already up 2-1 when Paul McCaj hits this 30-yarder. But Ketchum came back thanks to an infraction. Jonathan Foster hits it home, making it a 3-3 game. And then late in the game, a questionable call. Frankie Colantuono and Liam Ryder get tangled, and the call goes against Ketchum, giving McCaj the penalty kick that ends this one, 4-3 on the William A. Smith & Son scoreboard.
I was pleased, obviously pleased with the W. Not pleased with giving up 3 goals. But got to give Ketchum a lot of credit because they put a lot of pressure on us here in the last 15, 20 minutes.
We moved the ball very well. I think playing the ball into the strikers and just having them hold it up and just moving off that pass, I think was the best thing that we did.
It was a very positive game for us. We had a lot of team success in the second half. I think we stepped it up.
I think we played very well. I think we moved the ball really good. I just think it was just a really crappy call, or else we would have been going into overtime and possibly could have won the game.
So the questionable call saves this game from going into overtime. But earlier in the week, Ketchum did have to go to overtime and came up with their first golden goal of the season.
Ketchum hosting Portchester in a non-league game, no score in regulation, and in OT, the throw-in and the header by Dylan for the golden goal.
Back to football. The Marlboro Iron Dukes are 3-0 on the season after taking care of league rival Spackenkill on the Spartans' home field.
Marlboro in the road whites and Phil DeSantis punches one in. But DeSantis shows he can run the field as well. A 69-yarder on his way to another 4-touchdown game. And the Iron Dukes had a 20-point head start before Daquan Lewinson runs this 69-yarder for the Spartan TD. But this was all Marlboro today in a 42-7 romp over Spackenkill.
Big games on tap this week. We mentioned the Arlington versus Carmel game and the John Jay versus MashUP game. Here's some others to look for. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's mashup. From all of us here at HVNN Sports, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.